I'm going to pop that on. Hi, everyone. Glad to see everybody. I was happy to see everybody. I was telling Sarah, it's been really uplifting. It hasn't been easy on our side either, so I was happy to be involved, and I am thankful that they reached out to me. I wanted to start with Juicy Juice. This is one thing. If anybody doesn't know me, I'm actually K-12 in Ohio. I know I've seen a lot of people on there too that I have already met too, but my understanding there are some from different areas. So I wanted to start with Juicy Juice. I got to minimize that. My eyes aren't the best. Okay, everybody, in your box, actually, you'll have 2 Juicy Juices. And what I really liked about this, and I was telling Maureen about it when we were brainstorming, that, not all the kids really like the vegetables out there. And this Juicy Juice, actually, it's got, it's a half a cup of vegetable, and it's your orange. Now, one second, I'm going to try to turn this on a little bit more. Okay, so it's got the half a cup. I'm going to read it off of my paper, actually. It's got a half a cup of the vegetables, and that's the red orange. And then also it's the perfect to meet the vegetable needs that the kids don't like. It does not taste like vegetable juice to me whatsoever. This was at the last Gordon new item show, and it did make it. Actually, they had it in stock, so they wanted to show it. And the number is open now. And how I showed it, and that's why you guys have 2 in each box. I like them cold. I think there's a difference in the taste, but you can use them warm and you can use them cold. There is a 12-month shelf life on those, and it comes 44.3 in the case there. And it's got your vitamins A and C, and it's it's a fruity taste for the kids. And it is temperature it's not temperature sensitive, but it is perfect for the classroom feedings too. Since everybody doesn't know actually, if it's going home, if it's a classroom and that, we thought that would be great to have that for a breakfast too, for your vegetable too, for in the classroom. And if you don't have the vegetables on there, which I know Maureen's group's always great with the vegetables, but I think it's more of a letting the kids know that, it's a fruit, or it looks like a fruit juice, but it's actually getting their vegetables in that.
All right.
And that is Smart Snack approved too.
Awesome. All right. So if you guys could go ahead and vote. Frank, you're on. If not, Michelle, I might have you go to your next product means we're running just a tiny bit ahead of schedule. He may not be logged on.
I know he said he was jumping on it too.
Okay. So we should be getting him in just a minute or so because it is just now 2 o'clock. So if you guys could go ahead and poll if you are interested in using that juice, I think that would be a great way to get veggies into kids. I know that is really super hard, especially red orange vegetables. I think they kind of turn their noses up a little bit at sweet potatoes, at least at most districts. So we end up serving a lot of salsa, tomato sauce, and carrots in order to be able to get those red orange. So a really cool way to be able to do that.
She said you could double click the sides to maximize the screen.
Yes, if you double click, for anybody that's watching as well, it will make them bigger. So until Frank jumps on, Michelle Beans, you're on here. I might just go ahead and have you do the smackers, and then we'll have him start whenever he gets here.
Okay, perfect. You're gonna double. Okay, what we have here too is a dark meat smacker. Now, this is the Gold Kiss Pilgrim's Pride. They've switched a lot of their different names from the Pilgrims to the Gold Kiss, and the one thing that they did bring up was the dark meat smacker. Now, everybody's used to the smacker, but with our white wings, or our wings that was all white meat, we really ran into a problem that people they didn't have enough to draw down, enough items that Gordon's did have to draw down the dark. So what we did here too, and Maureen agreed to this one, the dark meat smacker that will draw down for your white meat to draw against that, but that is an Imperial now. Springfield Brighton does not have the dark meat smacker, but they do have the dark meat drumstick. And then, so here we have in the wings, we have plenty. We have plenty wings now. I know we ran into a shortage, but there's plenty out there now. And then for the chicken smackers, Joe Ravelli from Gold Kissed, he was on vacation this week. He wanted to be here, but he wanted me to add these just recipes in there if there's an interest of anybody. The smackers, you could do them in so many different ways. This is with the red beans and rice. We've done them with mashed potato bowls too. I know that's a favorite of everybody. And we do have some schools out there that were starting to use the dark meat smackers versus the white. And it turned out the kids never even knew. There's a lot of people that like the dark meat taste too. So, but he wanted us to add this in here. So you have a few recipes. I believe the next slide is a recipe too. And the dark meat is the 11045. Oh, okay, yep, here's some more. There's some more dark meat smackers. There's some more recipes for you. He did have the slide prior to that with a JTM. He will do like the macaroni bowls that they've been doing too, macaroni and cheese. Throw the smackers on there. You get 10 smackers for the dark, just like you do for your other smackers. And it's a 4.23 ounce. And that's 2 meats.
It looks like Frank has joined us, so I'm going to go back to his slides so that we can see the cool product that Frank has to show. Oh, I might be going back to his slides, or I might be moving forward instead. All right. All right, Frank, you are up.
Hey there. So unfortunately, we had an issue with getting the boxes over to everybody. So if there are any boxes that you need to see from our presentation, we'll be happy to get those over to you. One thing that we wanted to show is our lasagna roll-up is our most popular item, and we wanted to show the versatility that we have in making it. You can make it your normal way, where you're making it in the pan and then portioning it out on trays or plates, however you normally would be serving it. But the newest thing that we have is our new ovenable and microwavable boxes that we have right here. They are, like I said, they are designed to be both microwavable and ovenable. So you can do a couple of things. One thing you could do is kind of like I did here today, and I had a video, but I'm just going to have to kind of show you. This is basically, I took the product, I sauced it, I cheesed it, and I froze it. So you can see it just like that. You can either send it home like this, or you can bake it at your facility and then send it home for them to refrigerate. So, with the limited number of boxes that are out there, we wanted to make sure that we had an option for you all out there. So, I guess these are perfect for take home or sending them out in the class. The smaller box, there's 2 different sizes here. There's this one here, which is perfect for our lasagna or any of our pasta items that we have. And then we have a small squattier type version here, which is a little wider, which is for any of our other products, whether it be our breaded raviolis or any of those products. So moving forward with that, if we can move to the next slide, please. That just kind of shows you the difference in the boxes that we have. 2 different size boxes. They do run about the same price. I don't know the exact final cost coming through distribution, but we can definitely work through that with the distributor at that point. All of the ingredients and the recipes that we have on this are on our website, so you can go. It's mobile friendly on our website and pull off any of the instructions. If we can move to the next slide, I could show you there a couple of examples here. This kind of shows you the process that I did. I took the ravioli, I put it in the box, put the sauce on it, put a little bit of cheese on it, and then froze it. You have, when it comes out of the box, looks just like this, just like you would expect to see it coming out of your oven. So it's a great option to have. These are the instructions for prepping it in the school. And if I can go to the next slide, you can show that we have the single serve cooking instructions. So we've got a couple different cooking instructions. The ones that are on the screen now are for once they get it home, if you were to send it home frozen, how they would cook it from home. And then on the next slide, we'll show reheating instructions where if you're limited in your freezer space and you wanted to cook them and keep them refrigerated, how you could send them home with your kids. There is a space on the top of these. These are all on our website. You can print them right off there, and you can cut them in half to get 2 of them. They are in English and Spanish, and there's a spot on there to even write the date that they were made on. They are good for 4 days. So that shows you the reheating instructions for them. This is where our video was going to be. Basically, you can go on our website. We've got a handful of videos. One shows our retired VP of sales and showing how easy the process is to make. He was able to make, just to kind of break it down, there's 5 portions in like 1 minute and 10 seconds or something to that effect. So just to kind of show you how easy they are to put together, whether you have an assembly line or if it's one person putting them together. Some things that we are working on. We do have, again, some additional boxes that we're looking at. That brown box you see there on the bottom is a larger box. It's bigger than this one here. That one should be large enough to put all of your components in there. I apologize, the mailman's here, my dog's barking. They should be large enough to put all of your components in there, your fruit, your vegetable, and your main component as well. And then we're looking for those foil sleeves to be coming in the future as well. And those, you'll be able to bake any of our breaded mozzarella sticks or cheese-filled breadsticks or any of those other products that we have there. So we just like to be a solution. We've got a whole new bunch of new IW products that are going to be coming out over the course of the next few weeks. So if you have any questions, please reach out to Michelle or myself. We can get you product specs or answer any questions that you have.
Frank, Jen Rex asked a great question. The boxes are not included with the roll-ups. They are separate and must be purchased separate, correct?
That is correct. That's what we just finally got those. Initially, when they were made with our label on there. We now have ones that are available that do not have our label at all. So you can actually technically use these boxes for any products that you have. And like I said, they're great because they're ovenable and microwavable. The one thing too on the instructions on our website has the microwave instructions for them at home as well, in addition to oven instructions at home.
That's fantastic. So a solution if you're feeding kids on site, everybody's coming back. If it's blended learning or even if it's off site, they have you hooked up. So again, if you could go up to the poll section for us and let us know what you think about this product and if it is something that you'd be interested in. Again, this is really important that everybody participates in the poll so we can get projections out to the vendors and to GFS. All right, now I'm going to pass it back to Michelle to go over. I went way too far. I don't know what's going on with my computer today. I think my little mouse button is stuck. Of course it is, yes. Okay, so Michelle is going to talk to us a little bit about some potato options, easy, especially if you're going to be sending them home or feeding them in the classroom. So Michelle, you can go ahead and take over.
Thanks. And stepping back to Frank too, I think you have him coming at the end, don't you, on a video to show how easy that is to do, the lasagna? I think you said you put that on the end.
So the videos are not the best in this platform. So if you want a link to the videos, let us know and we'll send that, or Michelle or Frank can send that to you. Just let us know.
Okay. All right. Okay. Again, we have the McCain Potato Smiles. Maureen picked these out just for the fact is, you know, everybody needs a smile right now. And what we did see out there too, the people that were sending the home meals, a lot of them did use potato smiles, and they held up very well too. And they also have, if people are sending the bags home, they have stickers on them to go across to tell you how to cook these. And they also have, for the plates, they have stickers for those also too. Next screen. Whoops, we went backwards. That's why I wondered, you did miss some Gold Kissed ones. That's just our point of sale and how we do have the cooking instructions too. I thought we skipped some of those. There we go.
We're back to the potato.
Okay, you're kind of freezing there, Sarah. Okay, so we do have the smiles. This is what they call the take and bake prep instructions. So they do have this on stickers and they're available to you too. And it's not just for the smiles. There's a couple size, and you're going to see some other items that hold up really well. And they have the take and bake prep instructions. Yep, there we go. Okay, so he has given me a couple different ways to have them in a sleeve. this is the one, the most economical that I had seen that was going to be working, but you can go to the next screen too. It will show you this through the steps of how to put these in your to-go containers. And then that's through the clamshell. And then there's one more, the folded carton, which that is in your box too. And I know Frank was showing that too. So these are just ways to help you out to keep them a little bit more crisp. And I notice all of them have a napkin in there too to help, through all the transitions there. And then I think the next slide. Yes, these are the other items that were for the take and bake instructions. That these, what is there, 2, 4, 5 different items. They all come with their stickers on that, and it's all got your nutritionals on it. And these are the 5 that they felt that hold up the best for the heating and the time wise and the transporting them. So these are the 5. If you guys need any samples whatsoever on any of these items too, let me know. And then I know it's really hard for us to get into schools right now too, but I can always do a porch pickup, which I think we're all familiar with there. So if you need anything.
All right, that's awesome. Okay, Megan, if you're ready, we are ready for you. Megan is local to us in Northeast Ohio and provides some pretty awesome products. So I'll give her a second to go ahead and pop on. So again, if you can go up to the polling section and let us know what you think about Michelle's products.
Hi, can everybody hear me? We're in? Thumbs up. All right, this is my assistant, Owen. He's here today to help with our presentation. You want to say hi, Owen? And this is our delivery driver. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Thanks, take care.
You too.
Sorry about that. We had a flower delivery right when we started. So we wanted to talk to everybody today about our new breakfast bars that we started developing last year. And then, of course, we kind of sped up the process with everything going on. And they are ready and available for when school starts. They are made with local flour that we get from Dave with Oberlin Food Hub, local oats. And are they good? The kids love them. And they really are a great combination of oats, local apples, local eggs, brown sugar, and then we do have a white chocolate chip inclusion that we put into these ones that we currently have. All of the products, all of the ingredients that we use are nut-free. The inclusions as well, we source from a confectionery that is nut-free. So not only are we making them in a nut-free facility, but any inclusions or ingredients that we're sourcing are also from nut-free facilities. They're easy bake. Each breakfast bar, here, come sit over here so everyone can see you. Each breakfast bar will meet your 2-ounce breakfast requirement, as well as it's an easy bake, kind of like our cookies. We flash freeze them, and we are packaging them in boxes in layers, so they're very easy to get out. They are a more rectangle shape, and they hold their shape when they bake. Everybody should have their samples in their boxes. They do round out a little at the edges, and they look really nice, almost like a chewy bar that the kids get, but it keeps that definite bar shape. And in the packaging as well, it is really nice how the guys were able to package them in layers in the box. Okay, thank you. And we also included a cookie in the box for you guys to try. This is our double chocolate chip cookie. Now, a lot of you have had this cookie. It's your favorite, isn't it, the double chocolate? Or the birthday cake?
Both the cakes.
The birthday cake, I think, is his favorite. The double chocolate is a big hit with the kids. The issue a lot of you have said that you've had is in the hotter months, it becomes a stickier cookie dough. It's a little bit harder to handle when you're getting it into the oven. So we have taken that into consideration and done some product development, and we have made the dough and more like the sugar cookie dough, if any of you've had our products. It's a very stable dough, even in the hottest kitchens, even in the hottest summer kitchens, the dough just sits nicely on the trays and it doesn't get everywhere. So we're really excited that we have that newly improved, and it's going to be available, say hi. It's going to be available year round, which is also exciting because before we only really did the chocolate cookies in the colder months because we just saw so much cookie melt in the hotter kitchens. And now it is a great modified recipe, and it'll be available year round, freezer stable. And yeah, do you have anything else to add, Owen?
I think the cookie is a great cookie.
Yes, the cookie is a great cookie. You heard it. And Owen's going to be going into kindergarten this year. We'll see exactly what that looks like. But he has approved all of these products, I promise. And
I love it. I jumped on just to see if I could say hi to his sweet face, and we started the day with Addison. So, you know, working moms rock.
yeah, sometimes it's just what we have to do. So yeah, we just hope that everyone will give our products
And
a
they're
try.
Bob approved too. I love it.
If you'd like to get a fresh sample, just reach out to me. I put my email address and my phone number in the boxes with the cookies, and I'd be more than happy to drop off a sample for you guys to bake in your kitchen to see what it actually tastes like when you're making it. And we would love the opportunity to work with anybody, and we have all the information, nutritional specs, and anything else that you would need, we can email or get out to you as well. Sarah, is there anything else you think I should cover?
The only thing is we've had quite a few, so not everybody on here today is from Ohio, and people were interested saying, can I get it if I don't live in Ohio? So any thoughts to this being available outside of Ohio, not to put you on the spot?
Oh, we would love for that to happen, especially the breakfast bar, since the way it's packaged. Our worry with getting our product out is we self-deliver, or we work with Oberlin to deliver, and they do a great job. And we can make sure that our product gets to your freezer and is great. When you put a middleman in there, sometimes things are lost in translation. Sometimes products aren't handled quite well. So we've always been hesitant with that. But with the breakfast bars, I believe how they're packaged, this would be a much easier item to get through distribution, to get to those farther away schools. So it's definitely a challenge that we're looking into, and we hope to get them out to people further than our Northeast Ohio delivery radius pretty soon.
Awesome. That's fantastic news. All right. Maureen, are you ready to take over?
So Sarah is going to.
I'm having all.
Do we have anybody else on for vendors for this section?
I think. So Dave Sokol should be on.
Okay.
Dave Sokol and Terry should be on.
All
So
right.
if you guys are on and ready and you want to go ahead and jump on, that would be great. I'm having, my mouse is freezing and the computer is freezing, as you guys can see. So I'm going to let Maureen take over so that I'm not driving you all crazy with my technical glitchiness over here. So I'm going to reboot and
I'm just looking for the slides to share. So if Dave jumps on,
I'll share them with you.
Okay, thanks. If Dave jumps on, and he, you know, he's just a show in and of himself. He doesn't need any slides. But I just want to, you know, as we're transitioning, you know, first of all, thank you all for being very full to obviously technical glitches. We haven't had many today that you guys were all able to jump on here. I'm seeing a lot of chat about the videos. So just backing into the videos. We have these videos embedded in our Healthy Meal Planner Pro recipes. So if you are a Healthy Pro school and you are interested in some of the videos that we've been talking about throughout these vendor presentations, Marge Robeson is on the chat, and she's linking them in the chat, but they're also in your recipes. So as we move forward, our goal is to continue to increase information and usability for you all, so that we can definitely get your hands on some good information, and you can share that information forward. If you're leading your department now and you want to train the trainer and show these videos to your staff when you open school and do open school training, I think that's a great way to use the videos. So I'm just opening up the slide deck, Terry. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to pull up the vendor slides. In the chat box, again, please feel free Kathy Zakelli is back for Gordon, and she is in that chat box like crazy. So thanks, girl. I knew you had our back, and I know a lot of these questions are like, how do I get the products and the codes and all that jazz? And we will get it all sorted out. These questions, if we don't get a chance to answer them right now, we are going to be able to download all the questions, and rest assured, Pasonic will comb through and make sure we answer all of them. So I'm certainly super excited to have all of our vendor partners here. And I know I'm tap dancing a little bit because Sarah is like the queen of all things connecting with these vendors. I'm trying to open my presentation as well. But Terry, before I get the presentation launched, do you want to introduce yourself and your product, and then I'll work on these slides?
Sure, I'd be happy to do that. Hey, Dave.
Hey.
You want to go ahead and do your thing, or do you want me to just start?
If you want to jump in, that's great.
Okay, I'm here. I'm always, I'm happy to be here. Excuse my look. I was in the baking mood today, so I've been baking since 5 a.m. But my name's Terry Thompson, and I'm known fondly as Pizza Bagel Lady in Cleveland, Ohio, from the West Side Market. So I started that business 12 years ago. I was going through a life change, and I thought, you know what, let's try something new. So I ended up buying a place down at the market and created this pizza bagel. Well, it just went crazy, and I didn't realize that it would be such a crowd pleaser, especially with kids. I had a lot of people come up to my stand and say, hey, you know, when I was little, I couldn't get a pizza bagel unless I was good. So I'm, you know, and now they're all grown and big and, you know, all over the country. So we ship these everywhere. And about 4 years ago, I don't know. My mom passed away and everything was happening. And my mom was a lunch lady, by the way. So I think things come in these spurts that way. And she's like, you got to get this to schools. Well, I'm probably hearing this in my dream somewhere. And so she's like, okay, let's try it. So I went through everything and I met this wonderful gentleman named Bob at North Olmsted, Bob Gorman. And he had me come in and he said, let's test it with the kids. And if you're on here, Bob, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I came in with all these samples, tested it all, and found out that each one of the kids gave me a thumbs up, which was perfect. But also he said, had a very interesting comment. He said, you know, with all the foods I've ever had here as samples, I've never seen kids' eyes light up so big. And that from that point on, I knew that not only did I see kids love it in the real world, but this really is the place for it for kids. And it is homemade. It's definitely, like today we had the Department of Ag in, so I'm a little frazzled. And he said, you know, I go into so many places, he goes, but this reminds me of the mom and pop store, you know? So that also makes me feel good because kids are going to get something that is truly handmade, basically. The other thing that I found too is that we are in the apartment schools this summer and it's working really well. And Dave is going to be doing our distribution through Oberlin. So because I'm brand new to this, I probably don't know very much, but I can tell you they are 1.2 ounces and they give you what, 0.50 meat alternative with a 1% grain as well. I think we've been using them as breakfast items, wrapping two together, so you can get the full effect of it. They do come in refrigerated, but they can be frozen either way. It depends on your storage. They store 5 days in the fridge, but you can also keep them longer. You can serve them warmed or you can serve them at room temperature, either one as well. And kids love them both ways. I didn't know about samples, so I'm really last minute here, but if you need samples, I'm sure Dave and I can work out something with you, as well as any kind of information. So how's that?
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. We're still working on getting Sarah back in.
I have a picture. Here they are.
Yeah, Terry, I love that you represent such a nostalgia for me. My grandmother used to take me to the West Side Market as a little kid, and yes, if I was good, I got that, and I got the ice cream too. So I'm with you. I'm a Cleveland.
Yes.
See my little Travelers Bridge behind me. I'm a Cleveland West Side Market fan from way back. So
all right.
Now that we've got Yeah, go ahead.
You've got me. Well, that's funny because I work at the stand a couple of days a week now, and people were coming up to me and saying, "Oh, we're in the Parma School, our kids love them. We're so glad you're there." So, and it is a great thing. I'm glad that it's full circle. Yeah.
And Bob is a rock star for all things local. So he was on our Recipe Advisory Council luncheon. And we were all just so grateful for him to continue to pioneer local foods and then, help us all get access to things that we just know are pretty signature items, but also inspire people that might not be in our region. You said you ship these out, outside of the region too. So I think our goal today in talking, and I'll pass it to Dave, is there's a place at the table for local, and we certainly, and Dave, take it away, sir.
Sure thing. Hello, everybody. I was a little worried about presenting into, what I see is 5 faces on a screen. So I know there's a lot more people out there, something mildly unsettling about that. But then I look up at the screen and I don't know, Michelle, I don't know you very well. I think we met at the boot camp last year as well.
Yeah.
But to be here with 3 of my favorite ladies, with Maureen, Megan, and Terry, is a real treat. And I really want to applaud, before I dive in, working out how to get local foods into schools, as I'm sure all of you who are engaged in this work know, it takes a lot of legwork. It takes planning, it takes menu design, it takes working with farmers and crediting and compliance. There's so much that goes into serving really high quality local food to kids and to supporting our region's agriculture system. And so Terry and Megan have both taken steps to incorporate local flour into their products, which is just what gets me really excited when we find ways to collaborate across a region. I'm actually just coming from Quarry Hill Orchards right now. So this is my first peach of the season, fresh from the farm. Yeah, those are real peach juices dripping out there. Very sweet and fresh, and I'm very excited to be entering peach season. But that was a part of the conversation I was having with Brooke and Ben from Quarry Hill, is how important collaboration is, figuring out how to use all of our resources to meet the needs of your districts. Because the reality is none of us in local foods are at the scale of the mainline distributors, and we love to be collaborating with, I'm not sure if there's someone from GFS on this chat, but like those relationships are so valuable to us to be able to work together and to really use you, Maureen, and Basonic and all the work that's gone into menu design and development to utilize the best from everyone so that so your needs can be best met, and at the end of the day, students can get the highest quality food. So a few things to share. One, first off, I'm Dave Sokol, director of the Oberlin Food Hub. We are a local distribution business, nonprofit company. Been working in local food for about 4 years, and in schools that whole time. The K-12 school market has been a big focus of ours. And personally, I used to run the Head Start kitchen in Lorain County, so I love seeing Becky and Melinda on this call. Hello. But that school food passion has really been with me since a decade ago when I started at a small daycare center in Oberlin. So trying to live that mission, those values, and live with that integrity in the work we're doing today. I'm going to try to make this bigger so I can see what you're seeing. So a couple things to say, we are, for many of you involved in the Ohio Schools Council or the Educational Service Center of Stark County, we were the awarded farm to school vendor for part of the award, a wide variety of produce. We'll be carrying the pizza bagels from Terry and all the breakfast bar from Megan, which I'm so excited about getting to help get out into schools this year. Featuring Stutzman Farms flour and oats, as well as lots of other products. Shag bark chips and cheeses, and tofu is something we're finding some districts interested in as a vegetarian alternative and a meat alternate item that can get served to the folks who need it. And so we've been doing this work for a few years now, and just really proud to be able to serve districts around Northeast Ohio. Excuse me. And that's our mission, is to support the development of Ohio farmers and to increase access to local foods across the region. And in particular, when working with schools, we get to increase that access to everyone, regardless of income, race, class, background. All kids need to eat, and our hope is that all kids get to eat really high quality food. So we've been working on strengthening our relationship with our farmers to ensure that the product is there, that there's more consistency and the same great pricing, and just making sure that the products you need are there when you need them. And we can continue to drive the farmers because they really want that feedback from us. I can't see my slides. Pasonic, do you have
double
any
click
idea why that is?
Yeah, double click on the slide. It'll open. Right now, you're looking at a list of local producers, local products, local farms. Can you see that?
Yes. Okay.
So if you double click,
so a couple things. Yep. I want it to be bigger, but I'll take it how it is.
Get some glasses.
So a couple things. Yeah. A couple things I want to highlight. Some of the products on the right of the screen are the things that have worked really well for schools. So folks who've been purchasing through us and are part of this network already will know some of these vendors well. For newer folks, Green City Growers has awesome year-round hydroponic lettuce. Schools often do either the Mixed Heads or the Cleveland Crisp. All of this, we've got lots of info to share. So I'd say think about the product and what gets you excited, and ask the questions on the data as they come up. But yeah, many of the folks in this call can attest to the quality and usability of that product. Below them, we see Quarry Hill Orchards. Their peaches, their apples are just fantastic. Brooke Gammy has spent a good portion of the last decade building local food systems to help distribute these fresh apples to kids around the region. They have great variety and great pricing, and we'll be carrying their products on our trucks this year. You'll also see Shagbark on there. Excuse me. I think getting 2 shout outs in one session here. Bob Gorman from Parma was one of the biggest first districts to push for bringing those chips in. They come in a bulk box. The costing works really well against mainline products, and it's organic, non-GMO, Ohio grown product. So really just a lovely corn chip. It's the only corn chip I eat anymore. We are also getting a little wild for the folks. Obviously the pandemic is really impacting how we're all thinking about school food. What are going to be the constraints when we walk into the buildings this fall or in just a couple weeks here? But Shagbark also does have dried beans. So that's something we've been playing with, is recipes with Pasonic to incorporate products like beans into your menus. You also see a block of Middlefield cheese there because their cheese cubes were picked up by some districts this past year. As a quick and easy side, it was Independence did a great little, I wish I had a picture right now, did a great local lunchable with cheese cubes, fresh cut carrots, I believe an apple, and then a couple other products to build out that lunchable kit, a little pita and some turkey. So those are some of the biggest movers in school food. Again, for new folks, those are the items that have generally worked really well. And then of course, it's produce season. We're busting at the seams. We just are in the process of putting in a new walk-in cooler in our facility to move and hold even more product. So there's lots of beautiful produce. I just got my first week of calls on watermelons. Looking really good. The rain we've been getting after a really dry July has helped out those crops quite a bit. So yeah, there's a whole list there. All right, I'm looking at, yeah. So this is our list of farmers. We pull from farms all around the region, as far west as Tiffin and Fremont, as far east as south of Youngstown, and all the way down into Worcester and surrounding areas. So we have a big network of farmers we work with. We're on the phone all day, all week, creating availability lists and making sure that we can help them grow and move their product. And that means for the fall, great fixings for salads, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers. We will be, actually I have a question that I won't ask now, but for folks who utilized our fajita blend peppers last year, we did sliced and individually quick froze bags of peppers so that they could be sauteed up into fajitas or other applications, and those went really well. So we're intending to do a big batch of those, as well as freezing a couple 1,000 pounds of blueberries so you can get those all winter long. I'm going to pause here and think through my thoughts. Something to note, most of you who have ordered in the past are used to Tuesday deliveries from us. We have seen some growth, so it's looking like we're going to have a Tuesday, Wednesday, and potentially even a Thursday delivery to schools. That information will all come out in the next week or so, and we'll make sure to provide lots of support and guidance around order cycles, and try to keep it simple and straightforward for folks, so you know when to get your orders in and when product will arrive. We've been shipping out corn from Grove's farm in Elyria recently, and they are literally harvesting at 7 a.m., bagging at 8, delivering to us at 9, and then it goes out on a truck. So it was in a field the same day that customers are getting it. So that's something we're really proud of and excited about. And yeah, I guess I want to said this already, but I do want to jump back on the products that Terry and Megan are offering this year. I think they're both really excellent fits for school foods. I think it's a great way to add some, oh, look at that. So there's some information on the products. Terry, I probably should have just asked you for a label. I hope that's okay that I use that one.
That's okay.
Okay, thank you. But what an opportunity. Stutzman Farms, Monroe Stutzman, who actually just had a couple folks in his family pass away. So we've been just sending our condolences and ask for prayers and blessings for the Stutzman family. They have a stone mill from before 1900, the patent that's on that mill, and they grind that flour every week. He was in construction and said, what am I doing? My family owns a mill. So he restarted it about 20 years ago, and they've been making flour for folks all across the region, and rolled oats. The flour are going to find their way into the pizza bagels, and the rolled oats and flour finding their way into the breakfast bars, the cookies, and the pizza dough from Megan. So lots of ways to utilize local.
And I just wanted to add in, I have to say their flour is the best flour that we have ever worked with for our products. The pizza dough, especially the cut out of that flour, is like amazing. It tastes better than the 00 flour that people are always raving about. It's really good. And that is, Dave has that through Oberlin exclusively, if anyone is interested in trying that, as well as the breakfast bars. It really has turned those items into beautiful items. So I just want to say thank you, Dave, for connecting us with them. And if anybody else is looking for any ideas, Dave is a wealth of knowledge to just bounce things off of, or find ideas, or ways to include things. So thank you again for that connection.
Definitely. Yeah. I love getting creative in the kitchen. That's my passion. Maureen knows I love making homemade pizzas on your pizza dough, Megan.
All right. Well, this session is going to end, and again, like Marina said in other sessions, it will kick us out at 2:40. So we're going to head to the third session for the final round of vendors. So again, if you could go to the poll before you leave and let us know about these last couple of products, we'll see you in the next session.
And any questions, never hesitate to reach out. I'd love to connect with all of you that I know or don't know. And thank you so much for supporting Pasonic and supporting School Food. It's really a pleasure to be here with everyone. Thanks, Maureen and the team Pasonic.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.